Hey, what's up everyone? This is my new series, Grind with TTP. I think almost all of what we've done has been catered to a more serious type of player. Someone who, is doing lots of raids and possibly going for records or going for crazy solos and duos. And that's great. We love you guys and we definitely want you to be our audience going forward. But I think I want to do something for more casual players too. So this series is basically doing more with less. I think a lot of people just play and don't necessarily think. So I want to kind of show you how I think about the game in the context of, starting a new account from scratch and bringing it up to the point where it can compete. And I'm going to put some restrictions on myself, like no legendary raids or not really interacting with other players at all. So, let's jump into the video and see what it looks like. And then from there, we can actually talk through what I want out of this series. So for now, this is going to be on the Trust the Cones. I think at some point it may have its own home, but this is where I wanted it to be initially. We'll see if I actually do find a different audience to what me and Bill find in Trust the Cones and if we need to split it, but I think that even experienced players should be able to gain something out of this as well. This is a brand new account. It's level 1 at first spin, and now after this catch it's going to be roughly level 3. Day 1 of this event was during the end of Halloween. I wanted to start this so I could get the Spirit Tomb quest. I think that quests are super important to how we can progress through the game quickly, so I wanted to have that so I could show it. I'm in a park near my house. It's currently an Execute Nest, and that's a really big Pokemon for us in Double Candy. So something that we're going to want to do is find species that are really good against raids commonly, Executor and Eevee and things like that, and try to farm that candy and get teams built. So at level 3, we're not going to catch anything with any sort of IV that's going to help us. Even if we got 100%, I don't think it's worth using the resources to max it. I think what we really want to do now is just build some candy. So we've already earned our spooky quest, which is fun. When starting a new account, one of the things you want to do is roll through stops. So whenever we're spinning these stops, we're getting 250 XP, and on a lucky egg, we're getting 500. It's a really good way to level up. If you notice, my throws so far have been with a traditional method. At some point soon, I'm going to move to a quick catch method. I'll talk about that when it happens. If you're a new player starting out, oh look, my game's erroring. It happens a few times during this recording, so I killed it and started again. If you're a new player starting out, one of the things that's really important is to learn how to throw curveballs. Throwing curveballs, and especially great or excellent curveballs, really increases the chances of catching a Pokemon, and that's going to really help you when you go to catch Legendaries or even harder to catch species. You're going to spend much less time, throwing multiple balls and much more time catching, going on to the next thing. So I made Magikarp my buddy here. I do have some knowledge that once we get the Mew quest, I'm going to need to evolve a Gyarados at some point. So I'm going to want to focus on getting a Gyarados. In addition, Gyarados is something that's going to really help us in our raid battles. So I want to make sure that I'm going to gather some candy and get good ones. The fact that you get one Magikarp candy every time you take a certain amount of steps, just walking a kilometer is a really big deal. So this is my first quick catch that I'm doing. As you see, I quickly catch it and leave the screen. I'm not going to show you how to do that. There's better videos for that. So if you search quick catch or catch glitch on YouTube, you should be able to find that. As I said, this is an Execute nest. So we're going to be collecting those executes, trying to get as much candy as we can. Spinning stops, like I said, and I'm looking at my quests fairly frequently here. What I want to do is roll through these quests as quickly as I can. I don't want something that's going to take me a couple days or some time. I really want things that I can roll through quickly. That's going to help me get XP quickly, and it's going to help me get Pokemon I can use. Right now in the wild, I'm level 3 or 4, I guess 4. So at best I can catch, level 9 Pokemon weather boosted. But the task Pokemon are level 15, so that gives me a nice little advantage. Continue to catch. The quick catch, see how much time it's saving me where I'm able to go through this cluster. And it's just not like a lot of Pokemon here, but later on we'll see a place where there's a bunch of them. I'm able to quickly move through. I click on it again to see if it's still there. If it breaks out of your throw, it would be still there and you could quick catch again. So that's what happens in this instance with the Strevius. The first time I threw on it, it didn't actually catch it, so I got to throw again to catch it. Now in this series, I'm getting my Mew quest now officially. In this series, I'm not going to interact with other players. I'm going to have minimal gym interaction. So basically, I'm not going to ever battle a gym. I'm not going to ever place in a gym. So I'm really playing beyond free to play because I'm not ever getting gym coins either. So I have to work with the small Pokemon storage, and I have to work with the those limitations of not having a big Pokebox. So one of the things we're going to focus on is how to play, how to play efficiently and not stock our boxes so we're running out of room all the time. How to use the room that we have. Oh, look, another error. So that's that. I am going to bury gyms. I think that's a fair thing to do. I'm going to aim for ones that are demotivated so my burying doesn't actually affect the game. I'm not going to raid with others. I'm going to really focus on solo raids. I think the end game here would be to get to the point where I can solo every tier 3 in every rotation without legendary Pokemon or Pokemon attained from even tier 4 raids. So that's going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult, but it's very doable, and it's something that we're going to work on. So I think burying is okay. I'm not going to use golden raspberries to defend the gym, but the reality is this is an alt account. I don't want to use my alt account to influence the gameplay of others. I'm in general not going to make friends. I'm going to do a whole video about friends and how you can use that to your advantage. So I may at some point add some friends or whatnot. I'll definitely add at least 3 for the Celebi quest, but I'm not. I think this is going to be much more of a solo play video with supplements telling you of how you could also play with others. We're rolling through here, trying to find some quests that we can use and everything like that. If you noticed before, I saved that transfer 10 Pokemon quest for A, catching 10 Pokemon, and B, there's also a transfer element to the Mew quest. I want to make those both done at the same time. So that's why I kind of waited on this previous quest. You'll also notice that I've banked the encounters. Even though I've gotten the encounters, I'm not taking them right away. I'm going to wait till a point in my walk where I have a good time to catch them. If we just use them now as a cluster, maybe I'm missing out on catching these Pokemon while I'm walking, whereas there's parts later in the path where there's not going to be as much, and I'm going to want to catch then. The Spinda quest is a really good one. Last month it was, 2 curves in a row. This month it's 3. It's something that we can really quickly do. Really quickly, now I'm joining a team. I'm going to join Team Mystic because of course I am. But Team Mystic allows me to not ever interfere with my own gym by knocking myself out or anything like that. I am going to raid on this once a day pretty much. I'm not going to raid until day 2. Day 2 is not going to actually be until we enter November. I wanted to sync my 7-day streak so that they'd happen on Saturdays. So that's kind of why I waited a few days from this first video into the next one I'm going to shoot. But that's that. We have some eggs now. Of course, we're never going to get any paid incubators, but we are going to take advantage of the free ones that we get. So right now I'm incubating. An alternative theory would be wait until I get to level 20 before incubating, because right now these eggs that I'm going through are at the level that I'm at when I get the egg. So it would almost be better to wait, get stuck with 9 eggs that I get at less than level 20, and then once I break level 20, then actually start hatching eggs so everything I get to level 20. I don't think it matters that much in the long run. So as you can see, I'm clearing more tasks. That catch 10 Pokemon task is going to be excellent for me because it gets me Magikarp. And of course, Magikarp is going to be very key in both our Gyarados quest and then also having Gyarados for raid battles. I'm going to split this first video into 2 parts. I think I'm going to go for about 10 minutes in this first video and then a little bit more for the rest of my section. I cannot throw to the left so he can make fun of me repeatedly. When the Pokemon goes to the left, I'm kind of stuck waiting until it goes to the middle again. I can do it sitting down or even in a car, but while walking, I can't do it. When you play, if you have limited time to play, you should really focus on playing in places that it helps you. We're going to do a lot of looking at nests in this video and kind of what species to target in nests and what kind of nest to target. That's something we really can benefit from because if you just walk in the middle of nowhere, you may end up with a bunch of junk you don't need. But if you go someplace where Machop are spawning, you're going to get Machop, and that's going to help you in the long run and help you get through raids. Playing efficiently is what we're going to be all about. So in this first video, we're already, level 6-ish. We're going to plow through the first 15 or so levels very quickly in the first couple of videos. That's fine. I'm not going to rush through the levels once I get a little higher. I kind of want to stay in the mid-20s for a while and see about doing some level 3s even at that low level. I think gaining Stardust is going to be important. We're not going to spend our Stardust until we have things that actually power up. It's not worth it to power up this random junk that we're catching now. We're not going to really care about IVs too much. I think it's going to be much more important to get a Pokemon at a higher level, so we have to spend less resources to max them. But we are going to keep breakpoints in mind. So we're going to be looking and seeing if our power-ups can get us to a certain point where our attacks do a little bit more damage. So that's a preview for kind of, once we get into the mid-20s. I think for now it's going to go pretty fast. So this is all I recorded for the first one. Hope you guys enjoyed the first episode, and the next one should be coming very, very soon.